They had all chosen for me, and there was no point in giving them hell about it anymore. I didn't speak to Klaus and Patricia for a month after that. I'd never been close friends with Joel and Lorna, so it was easy to ignore them. The only reason why I still kept my guys around was because they had cocks, and as it turned out, I was a huge fan of cocks that could fuck me raw. Okay, who was I trying to impress? I'm not that badass. I'm not a heartless bitch who fucks a false god, a demon, a fallen one, and a revenant for fun. I was in love with them. It wasn't their cocks. It was them. Their hearts, their souls, their eyes, their hands holding mine. Revenant. Ravenous. I was hungry and thirsty for their love, their attention, their adoration, their validation. I was hungry and thirsty for them to see me. To see Mila Morningstar. The girl I'd always been and hoped to always be. Not the undead. Not the idiot who'd let Valentine Morningstar go. Not the useless human who wasn't a human anymore and couldn't fulfill a simple prophecy and rid the world of the scariest, most terrifying Grim Reaper that had ever lived. Not that. Any of that. This. I wanted them to see this. I struggled. I fought. I learned. After Morningstar fled, I claimed my 4 lovers and took exactly 1 day to recompose some of my sanity. Just enough to appear in front of the Supernatural Council and tell them what had happened. There were only 9 people in the room. The 4 members of the council, my guys, and me. Okay, 9 people and a pixie. Except when I was up to no good with my lovers in a bed that was too small for the 5 of us, Corey was by my side. Always. But I didn't have to tell them much, in the end. That I wasn't human anymore, they knew. They could see what I was. Recognized it in my haunted eyes. They also knew how I'd become what I was. Died and brought to life by a creature whose existence no human or supernatural could even begin to understand. Yes, they knew about the great old one sleeping, dreaming and crunching on juicy bones underneath Grim Reaper Academy. They knew about St. Germain's god, Yig, the tentacled monster. No, they weren't interested in helping me kill it. That was the day I lost my faith in the council, and they in me. I wasn't the one, but fuck them. I didn't want to be their hero now that I knew they condoned blood sacrifice. I'm still going to kill that fucking thing, even if it means I die. Even if it means Francis has to die too. It had turned into one of my many messed up mantras, but the more I repeated it, the less I believed it myself. After all, being a revenant had its perks. Strength. I had to learn how to move, now that a harsh pull of the door meant it needed to be replaced, and an angry stomp of my foot when I argued with Pandora or Sheba meant a hole in the floor. Also, a fuck ton of excuses and lies. The hinges were loose. The floorboard was rotten. No one except for the council, Headmaster Colin, who'd been reinstated, Morningstar, who was nowhere to be found, Corey, and my dear friends who'd dug me up and taken me to Yig knew that I was a revenant. The council wanted a cover-up, so we all worked our asses off to achieve it. The official story was that Valentine Morningstar saw me excel at scythe-biting, got scared that I might actually retire him and fled to save him life. It continued with Colin Mason atoning for his sins, and the council giving him a second chance. All was well in the world. And I still got to be queen of the academy, all popular and shit, the future savior of the supernatural masses. They were all waiting for me to graduate at the end of year 4, go after Morningstar and bring back his head. The rest of year 3 was suspended, of course. The former headmaster had made a mess of it. The students were behind. Most of them still didn't know how to teleport without a teleportation device, and we hadn't visited half of the pocket universes we should have visited. We were good at scythe fighting, though. Hooray. Not that we'd ever get to practice our skills. Grim Reapers weren't fighters. We weren't warriors. We weren't supposed to save the world, protect the living, or the dead, for that matter. We were reapers. We reaped. Our sole job was to detach the soul from the body when the time came, as smoothly as possible, so our victims, who'd already suffered enough, wouldn't suffer for another unnecessary minute. Okay.